Hey Manoj, how are you?
Hey, I'm very well, Andy. Yeah, it's been a good day today. And welcome to another podcast at Infinity.
So Manoj, we get loads of questions every week about all types of energy efficiency. Would you mind if I did a quick fire top 10? Okay, so number one, fastest way to reduce my energy bills at home. So is that just small things like turning my dishwasher off or putting it on at certain times, or big things like solar panels and things like that?
I believe the fastest way is to evaluate your home, um, have it surveyed, and to see what energy efficiency measures you can do to reduce your cost. In other words, making your home more warmer, consuming less energy by making these choices of life.
Okay, yeah, this one's always really popular. So what should I do first? Insulation, solar, or heat pump? Which order?
In my world, all three. Um, but depending on the home and depending on the makeup, if you've got like a cavity wall and it's already insulated, then you don't have to do that. Then definitely go to solar and then complement by air source heat pump. If your wall is solid wall and it's aged property, then I would definitely recommend insulating your home. And then again, solar and air source heat pump. It just makes logical sense to do solar with air source heat pump. Why not generate your own electricity to feed the air source heat pump?
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, number three. This one's always the one. Don't always ask it, but everybody ultimately wants to know this. How much can I realistically save with energy upgrades?
If you do all three, like insulate your home where necessary, solar and air source heat pump, I mean, you can save quite a bit, almost 60, 70, even 80% of your bills.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. Okay, number four. Not everybody knows they're available, and it's quite difficult to source the information. So, what energy grant is available at the moment?
Well, at the moment, there is a little of Eco4 left, but very little. And then the government has introduced the Warm Home Plan, which is the Warm Home Local Grants. There will be one for fuel poverty homes, which they're launching sometime this year or early next year. And then the social housing grants for social housing stock. So there's funds out there. It's how to access them. There's also there's also a bus grant, which is currently running, which you get 7,500 towards putting an air source heat pump. Whether it's air to air, there's a grant for that as well, which is 2,500. With the climate that we're in right now, the climate changing, air to air is becoming quite popular because it also cools your house down.
Okay, what are we on? Number one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I always want to know this one. Everybody wants to know this one. For my investment, how long does it take to see a return?
Depending on the measures, with the current price and expected price increases in your energy, like solar, you probably look at 6 to 7 years return of investment. Air source heat pump a little longer. Insulation potentially 8 to 10 years, but you're depending on how expensive the energy is getting or will get in the next few months due to the geopolitics of the world we live in right now.
Okay, so this is an obvious yes. Will these upgrades increase my property value?
I believe it does, because your EPC goes up, and when you are selling or buying a home, one of the things that everyone looks at now is the energy performance certificate, which kind of indicates technically what your energy bills are going to cost you in that home, because that is your second biggest cost of running your home. So I believe there's a definite comparison. So if you've got the same house on the same street with your EPCs E and your EPC C, it just makes sense that you want to go to EPC C. So I think people will pay extra if the home is more energy efficient.
Okay, I can't believe somebody's asked this, but I'm going to ask it to you. It's obviously in the top 10. Is it better to go for the cheapest installer or a certified one?
No, I always recommend go to the certified one because then the consumer is protected. You want to ensure that whoever is installing is competent and accredited with a reputable company. Because if there are any comebacks, at least the consumer has somewhere to go.
No, I get that. Yeah, this makes sense. So, number 8, how disruptive is the installation process?
It is not that disruptive as long as the homeowner knows the stages, the install stages, then it's not disruptive at all. And as long as the homeowner understands that, then all the various stages with the various measures, then I don't think is as disruptive as it's made out to be.
Okay, so number 9, what is the biggest mistake homeowners make? I think we'll refer back to the previous one asking, should I do it for cheap?
I believe the biggest mistake is not getting the right advice, not choosing the right measure for the home itself, because all homes are different. Going cheap and going with installers that are not credited or reputable in the market. I've seen jobs that homeowners have gone cheap, and then a creditable installer has to go back and rectify other people's mistakes. But that's very costly for the homeowner.
Okay, and lastly, most important, how do I know which energy measure I need?
I would suggest until a proper survey is done of the house from a qualified person or a competent person, you won't know until that survey is done. And you want to get the survey done first to indicate what measures are eligible or what you can do to the home, because it could vary from home to home depending on how that house is built up. So we do free surveys. So if homeowners want their property evaluated, what potentially they can do to reduce their energy cost, they can always call us and we'll send someone out and do the survey for them at no charge.
Amazing, and that's why we always like to ask the expert. Manoj, thanks again. I'm sure this will be going out and getting many hits. You know, a lot of them are obvious answers, but also hearing it from the expert is absolutely right. So thank you.
Thank you, Andy, for your questions. It was a pleasure answering your questions, and hopefully it's useful for you.